Dennis Brown just presented EcoRail 2 a couple of weeks ago, and now we're back with Emparro highlights. Hey, Dennis.
Hey, Meg.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Also fine.
Great.
So you brought some news with you today.
Yes, of course. We have some new team members in our Emparro family.
Absolutely. Let's jump right into it and check out the presentation, because here we have 2 new updates and then 2 new products.
Exactly, that's true. So for our standard Emparro 1-phase and 3-phase, we have 2 new variants available. One is Emparro screw-mounted, so called Emparro S, and the Emparro Lacquered. And then we have 2 other products which are brand new here for our company. That's the Emparro ACCUcontrol and the Emparro HD.
Great. So we'll get to all of these today. Let's start with Emparro S and Emparro Lacquered. What do they mean and what can they do?
So for Emparro S, so this is called screw-mounted. That means we have a screw-mounted blade available. That means the product is not mounted on a thin rail system, as already known. So it's mounted with screws in the control cabinet. That has some advantages. We have a higher vibration and shock resistance. And so it can used also in applications which this is better than the standard Emparro.
Very nice. And on the slide, you can see the left-hand picture is the Emparro with the screw-mounted.
Exactly, here you can see it.
Feature.
And on the right side, we have the Emparro Lacquered.
Yeah, and this looks exactly the same from outside.
From outside, it is the same.
Okay.
In total, it is the same product. The difference is that we have a coated printed circuit board.
Okay.
That is better for the protection against dust, against humidity, thermal load, and something like that. So in total, it is a little bit better protected than the standard Emparro, but it is from the electronic and mechanical side the same product.
Exactly. So with this lacquered version, we basically take the PCB, dip it in a coating to add extra protection.
Exactly.
Very nice.
That's true.
Let's take a look at these new versions and what approvals they have and kind of the ordering information available.
Exactly. So for this new variants, we have all approvals available, which are also known from our standard Emparros. Here you can see the order numbers. So on the left-hand side of each variant, 12 volt, 24 volt, and 48 volt, you can see the thin rail mounting number. And on the right-hand side of each, you can see the screw mounting number. And so they are available for all 1-phase and 3-phase variants.
And here you have all the same approvals as well. Always important to remind your customers all the available approvals, because you never know where the machine or system may be delivered.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly. And for the 3-phase variant, we have especially this lacquered circuit board available.
On the next slide, we can see that.
Exactly. So here you can see the 3 different types you can order. So with thin rail mounting blade, with the screw mount blade, and last but not least, with the lacquered circuit board.
Very nice. So it's a detailed listing of all the product numbers there.
Exactly.
Okay, so that was a quick overview of S and Lacquered, our 2 updates. And now we come to something that's a little bit rougher, a little bit tougher, and a little bit more extreme.
That's true. So for extreme ambient conditions, so far we had no fitting product.
Okay.
And now we have this Emparro HD available. HD stands for heavy duty.
Okay.
This is a special product for applications which are not very good protected against humidity, against dust, vibration, and so on. For these applications, this is the perfect product. So it is for the very extreme ambient conditions.
Very nice. So, and I see there that we have put this into customer applications and they were happy with it.
Yeah, that's true. So we already tested it in in Singapore, for example, in this big harbor.
Okay.
It is especially used for this spreader. So this container cranes There you have normally a control cabinet on the crane, but you have very rough conditions, and this product is perfect for this application. But of course, you can also use it in some different applications, like normal cranes, like logistics center or something like that. In total, everywhere where you have this rough, extreme ambient conditions.
Excellent example. Now here on the next slide, you've listed a few of the benefits and the USPs. And one thing I really want to highlight is the tool-free connection.
Exactly. So if you can see on the picture, we have this leash terminals available. So they are oversized. That means they are very easy to handle.
Absolutely.
Without any tool. You can also do it if you have this
gloves on,
for example.
Definitely.
That's very easy to handle.
Great.
And that's one of the benefits. And what is also very good is here the high efficiency rate.
Okay.
And the temperature range. So you can use the product between -40 degrees Celsius up to 80 degrees Celsius. So
excellent.
Very rough conditions.
Yep, so perfect for these outdoor applications as well.
Yeah, and not to forget, it has a very good overvoltage protection against induction voltage peaks, against lightning strikes or something like that. So
it has an additional protection in there for any types of these dangers.
So it has an internal fuse, which you can see on the right side. It's this little black thing here. That's a fuse which you can change also. And
if it gets broken,
if it gets broken, you can switch it out very easy without sending this product to us back.
Cool. So that is our heaviest duty product. That's the Emparro HD.
Exactly.
So that's also new in the Emparro family. And now on the next slide, we want to introduce you to something totally new that we never have had in our product range before, and this is the Emparro ACCUcontrol.
Exactly. The Emparro ACCUcontrol is our first UPS system.
And a UPS, is this the package delivery service?
No, this is not the package delivery system. It's the UPS stands for uninterrupted power supply.
Uninterrupted power supply.
That means you have the possibility, if you connect this ACCUcontrol system to a normal power supply unit, in the case of an interrupt or the voltage breaks down or something like that, you can keep your system alive.
Excellent.
So there is a battery connected.
Okay.
And if a case of an emergency stop or an interruption or something like that, the ACCUcontrol switches the
current.
Exactly. Over the battery, and then your application stays alive. And it's very great.
So this is like the CPR of the machine world. So to save lives then here in this machine world.
That's true.
Let's talk about what makes this device special. On the next slide, we can see really what you mean with intelligent battery management.
Exactly. So intelligent battery management means here we have the possibilities to control diagnostics. For example, you can have a look on the grid failures, device failures, battery failures. There you have a monitoring function that you can see what's going on with the product and with the system. And we have a shutdown input available. That means it is possible to implement an emergency stop, for example, and you can terminate the buffer operation. So this is better to see on our next slide.
Yeah, absolutely. Because on the next slide, you can get an overview of how you can integrate it into the controls.
Exactly. Therefore, we've got a control software which is connected with an USB port to a control system of the machine, for example. And there you have the possibility to monitor grid voltage, battery load, and so on. And it is very easy to set various operating parameters.
Okay.
So, for example, you can set, in case of an emergency stop, that the Emparro ACCUcontrol stays or keeps the system alive for 1 hour, for example, and after it can shut it down very easy and very safe.
Perfect. So I just take my mini USB cable, like you see there in the bottom right-hand corner, connect it to my device,
That's
and
true.
then connect the other side to my control system, and I can set up everything.
Exactly.
And I can keep things running for quite a long time then.
Yeah, this is the big difference between our new Emparro ACCUcontrol and our buffer modules.
Yeah, let's take a look at the next slide so we can compare our buffer modules. So NB-Cap Ultra, which buffer just for a few seconds, to the ACCUcontrol, which can buffer for hours or even days.
Yes, exactly, that's true. So our MB-Cap, as you already told, normally was built for bridging some power failures if you have some little breaks in voltage, for example. And the buffer time was very short in comparison to the Emparro ACCUcontrol. Here we have the possibility to buffer more than 2 or 3 hours. So in the end, it depends which battery you're using. So you can keep the plants running, as you here see on the slogan.
Perfect. Now, where do I build this into my system? Because we know Emparro Electronics offers a whole power system now. So in which order do I set that in? So
in general, you're using it between a power supply unit and the load control. That means it is connected here between these two units. And if in the event of an emergency stop or something like that, and the Emparro three-phase, for example, has to shut down, then the Emparro ACCUcontrol switches to the battery mode and keeps the application alive.
Excellent example. Perfect. Now, of course, you need the Emparro device plus the battery device, and on the next slide we have listed for you our battery devices and how long they can then survive or keep the system alive.
So we have some different accus available between 1.2 amp hours and 24 amp hours. You have the possibility of different batteries you can use here. Of course, they are also available on stock with the Emparro ACCUcontrol then. And you have also the possibility to order additional fuses for the device, or we've also an accu sensor available.
Excellent. Great. So you guys, those are the 4 highlights that we want to bring to you today. But before we go, I want to leave you with an excellent slide that really details the comprehensive ability of the business unit power.
Yes, that's true. So with our new product, we could close our gap in the power supply system. So now we have everything available from the transformer over Emparro filter. We have this power supply units, buffer modules, redundancy modules, load control, whatever you can imagine. And that's in the premium level and also in the basic level.
That's awesome.
And in the end, this is our main USP of our power supply system in comparison to our competitors. Of course, some competitors have a really good power supply unit, for example, or a good transformer, but we have a very good system available, and therefore it is very good also for cross-selling, for example.
Absolutely.
So you can offer your customer one system and everything he needs.
Definitely. So this is important for you guys to just be familiar with all the different components, because a huge advantage here is, of course, the one supplier. Everything from Emparro Electronics makes things really easy. And we'll be focusing on this a lot more next year. So we'll put a big push into training, marketing, and everything like this for next year.
Yeah, this is powered by more electronics.
Absolutely. That's our motto for 2018. Okay, so now we go to you guys. If you have any questions, please type them into the chat. Think about it. We've got the expert here, so he's ready for you. While you think, I want to introduce you to the marketing documents for these products. So on the next slide, we have an overview. Now with S and Lacquered, we'll just update the existing brochure and then make that available for you guys. But with the Emparro HD and the ACCUcontrol, you will receive complete marketing packages with press releases, compacts, ads, and of course, email signatures, and as well market launch documents will be sent out when the products are available. So now next I want to remind you that our next webinar is here again next week, October 23rd, and that topic is ATEX. We have an ATEX passive distribution box, and this is ideal for anything in explosive areas. So I'll be here with the product manager talking about that. Okay, I think we can turn our presentation off and go quickly to our chat section. It looks like we have a few questions that have come in. First question, what's the advantage, disadvantage comparing ACCUcontrol to our MBCap Ultra? When would the customer want to use the battery comparing to the gold cap?
So this is very easy to explain. So
okay.
The MBCap has a capacitor inside, which has the advantage that you not use an additional battery or something like that. So this is a higher effort, so you need another battery, and of course, but the disadvantage, the big disadvantage, or the advantage of our ACCUcontrol is the long buffer time.
Okay.
So with the MBCap Ultra, for example, you have only some seconds which you can buffer in the end.
Okay.
And the ACCUcontrol can buffer more than
days, if you want.
Hours. I don't know if we have such a big battery.
But yeah, hours.
Hours.
Okay.
And this is the big advantage here.
So the question would really be, talk to your customer and figure out what they need. Do they need just a few seconds? Then maybe look at MBCap Ultra. But if they need hours, or it's a very critical system, they should look at ACCUcontrol. So last week we talked about a couple of critical systems like water filtration systems, sanitary systems, and even hospitals.
Exactly.
That could really use this product.
The main application where you can use this, or where it is very interesting to use this. So this is the right application for that.
Absolutely. So look into those new areas if you haven't yet. Okay. Can you use Emparro ACCUcontrol with batteries from other manufacturers?
Yes, that's possible. So we tested it also with other manufacturers. This is not a problem.
Okay.
But of course, we recommend our own batteries.
Okay. So that answers one of the next questions here. We don't actually recommend any other manufacturers. Of course, we want people to buy the Mer electronic battery, but it does work with other manufacturers' batteries. Okay. For Emparro HD, what is the IP protection on that?
So we have IP20 protection. So I know it looks very close to our Emparro 67, for example.
Yeah.
This is because of that it is also potted. But this is against vibration and shock, better shock resistance and so on. So you have to install it into a control cabinet.
Yeah, because of the terminals.
Exactly, because of these terminals.
Only IP20 protected.
Exactly.
So, good question. Great. Next question, of course, when will these products be available? So let's start with Emparro S.
So Emparro S and also Emparro Lacquered will be available within the next weeks.
Okay.
So these products are ready.
Perfect.
So they will be available soon. So Emparro HD is planned to release until end of this year. Emparro ACCUcontrol, we plan to release it beginning of next year.
Okay.
So all of these products we will show on the SPS in November, but some of them are not released up to that. So until the Hanover Fair, they should be released all.
Great. So you heard it here first. We'll be doing it at both shows. Okay. We have another question. What is UPS? Let's just explain that term again.
Yeah. So UPS means uninterrupted power supply.
Exactly. So this is something that you can rely on even when things crash. Okay. Exactly. Can I get an Emparro 3-phase with both the screw mounting and the lacquered PCB? So can I combine those versions into one device?
At the moment, it's not available.
Okay.
So we have only the two different products. So it depends now how is the requirement on the market.
Okay.
So in the past it was not required, so this bit was difficult to decide if we need or not.
Okay.
So it depends on your requirement.
Absolutely. So if you have customers, that are interested in this, let us know. Okay. What kind of setup diagnostics are available?
Is this regarding ACCUcontrol, or what do you think?
I imagine, yeah. Because that's where we talked about the diagnostics, yeah.
Setup diagnostics. So in the end, as already told, you have the possibility to have a look on the voltage, on failures, on breaks of voltage on the whole system, and you can operate, or you can set up the parameters, like how long is the buffer time, and when should it shut down the system, and so these are the main things you can set.
Good, yeah, and in the presentation there that you can download in the handout section of this webinar, you can see on slide 9 a little bit more detailed.
Of course, with the market launch material, you get also you will get also a data sheet, and there you can find much more information.
Perfect. Okay, next question. When does the customer need to change the battery? Is there an alarm or diagnostics to inform the customer?
Yeah, it is. Due to the control software, you can see it on your control system. And in addition, you have, if you have a look on the slide with the picture, you can see LED indicator. There you can also see if the ACCUcontrol is running and if the battery is running. And here you have a traffic light system where you can see if the LED, if the battery is low or high, and this is possible. But the correct value you get due to the control system.
Yeah, and the controls. Very good. Good question. So in the controls, you'll see everything detailed. But if you want a visual status, just look right at the device, and you can see it there as well. Okay, I'm just going to check in with our producer quick to see if we have any more questions. It looks like you guys have typed them all in. So thank you guys so much for joining us today. Thank you for watching and for all your excellent questions. Dennis, thank you.
Thank you too. Also, thank you for watching us, and I hope that we will see us soon.
Absolutely. Have a great week, you guys. See you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.